here we are at the Be Legendary event with our Legendary Expert Series here in Irvine, California, and I'm your host, Kristen White. I'm here with author Andrea Woolf, and we're talking about her book, Ignite Your Life. I just love that title.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. So what does it mean to ignite your life?
So it means to look into all the important areas of your life, your business, your family, your significant other, your children, your health, every area that's important to you, your home, making a difference in the world is a very important area. And really take a look at how you feel about every single area. For most people, there's some area where they're in conflict. They feel guilty. Perhaps if I'm really focusing on my business, I'm not being a good mother, or I'm really being a great...
I've had those thoughts before, I have to tell you, being totally transparent. You know, you feel like, wow, I'm having this success, but what does it cost me?
Exactly. And then, or if you're being a really great mother, maybe you're not taking care of yourself and making you time to be that whole being that really is what being a great all-around wife and mother is. So, and then for men, it's very similar things. You know, often a lot of frustration, not having enough time for the children, and not taking care of themselves, or perhaps feeling stuck in their business. You know, in today's world, being home alone in your mind can be a lonely place.
Right.
So, I decided to have a bigger reach by writing this book to be able to help more people. That was what drove me to do this. And this is a very simple system, step by step, completely user-friendly in very simple English, with my voice all the way through it, just supporting and nurturing you to just take action.
You know what I love about the book is, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And I think that's really important when we are a transformational thought leader like you are. You're one of our experts here in Irvine. Is we need to meet people where they're at. They can't come up to meet us. We need to go down to where they are. And I can tell that you're that kind of a teacher.
Yes. What is true for most people, individuals, and also businesses, is there is no vision. Giving yourself permission to imagine, if it were ideal, what would it look like? Whether it's your whole life, a part of your life, your business. Often there are metric goals in business, but rarely in my experience is there actual vision that really lights up the owner, the management team, and then on out through the whole team, with everybody then fully owning and participating in it. And I can tell the difference immediately if there is vision or there isn't vision when I go into a business.
I think you raised such an important point that when you have that bigger vision, even if you don't know how you're going to get there, that it becomes still that guiding point, that you can connect to that synchronistically because it simply exists.
And to add to what you just said, because this is really great, if you get into action too quickly and you're on a more tactical level, in life or in business, it's the same thing. What happens is you tend to get caught up in the minutiae, and that's where those amongst us who are smart and accomplished will overcomplicate it and then go into brain freeze and paralysis because we get overwhelmed by the detail. Whereas if you have the vision first and the big picture, something that really lights you up, that excites you, it'll carry you through then all the, now how am I going to do this? So the vision first and then the how.
Just such incredibly profound advice for anyone who wants to go to big places and serve so many people. Thank you so much, because I do think that once you get that fire going and you connect it to that vision, there's nothing that can stop you.
Exactly, and it's all about becoming unstoppable by going from what I call settling to sizzling.
Love that, from settling to sizzling. Okay, take us inside, share with us one other little itty-bitty tool.
So it's about paying attention to negativity. I would say this is probably one, especially in today's times, one of the most important things. So there are 3 places to look for where negativity most commonly influences us. One is influences like the media. So if you notice, a lot of news is rarely good news. Most of it is designed to keep you wanting more. It's a little like a drug, very addictive. and that kind of feeding them more and more negativity. So I'm not saying don't be informed, but I am saying just watch how much you allow the negativity in, because it can be really depressing and it will slow you down in your life. The second coming in closer area to look is, who do you surround yourself with? Now, very often we keep people in our lives because they've always been there. So again, I'm not saying excommunicate your family and your friends, but I'm
done talking to all of you.
but I am saying look at who commonly tells you that you're not good enough, or that'll never work if you're coming up with some exciting new innovation or idea in your life. And you could be wonderful and kind to them and thank them for sharing, but not necessarily be influenced by when you, as much as you are when you are unconscious. And the third and most insidious is negative self-talk. Most of us have been trained to be harder on ourselves than we would be to any other living being on the planet, especially, for example, our best friends. So what I typically ask clients is, when they're speaking that way to themselves, like, oh, what a dummy I am, how stupid, that kind of way of being with themselves, would you talk to your best friend that way? And they say, of course not. So I challenge people to treat yourself like your own best friend.
I love that. Andrea Woolf, thank you so much for being here with us and contributing your expertise to all of us on how to ignite our lives, ignite your life, but all of our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristen, very much. Thank you.